Hello, my name's Steve Wills, and up until about a year and a half ago I worked for a major exploration and production company in the North Sea, in Aberdeen. But now I'm a consultant and contractor, and what I'm going to tell you, what happened to me, you have to remember that this happened over a period of a year and a half, a bit more than a year and a half. Although it's only condensed into a small kind of story, it may appear obvious to you, but none of this was obvious to me at the time because of the difference in time. Anyway, my company had me pegged for senior management, so I was told, and I was given a project, a major project, a really complex project to manage, and I saw this as a bit of a test before I was passed upstairs, before I was promoted. So the project included, major part of the project was two companies, an invitation to tender to two separate companies, and so during the tender process I was talking to the companies, obviously, because that was what I had to do, and they had lots of questions, etc., and they'd phone me up, and once on a conference phone in my office, I could hear the blokes in the background all mumbling and saying, "Oh, I want a lunchtime," like that. So the guy I was talking to said, "Can we go for lunch? Let's just go for lunch." And rather than starting all over again, we could just go for lunch and and just do it in a one. So I said, "Yeah, sure." So we ended up in a little restaurant in Aberdeen. Nothing flash, nothing sparkly. It wasn't a Ritz, it wasn't the Ivy or whatever. And then a few more times that happened, England, Scotland, when they phoned up at lunchtime. But one of the guys said he's got this access to a director's box at Murrayfield. Would I like to go and see the rugby? It turned out not to be England or Scotland. It was Scotland and somebody else. Can't remember who it was now. And I said yeah, and it was great. It was the whole. There was a big glass fronted window, that looked down on the pitch, and there was monitors on the wall, and it had the old commentary going on, and there was a buffet and a bar and stuff, and it was all free, so it was good, and we watched the match, and we all sort of went our separate ways, and then the sports theme kind of continued, and they invited me to Glen Eagles, and I thought, well, that's okay, I'm a really crap golfer, and so I went along anyway, because that's, you see in the films and on the television, where is all the contracts, where's all the real business done? On the golf course. So I think to myself, well, this is what you do when you're in senior management. This is what you do. You get invited out, you go along, and my boss said, right, the wife came as well, very carefully to what I say, and I said, oh yeah, okay, right, thinking, this is quite exciting, this, and he said, as from this minute, you're fired, you're sacked, and I want you to collect nothing. I want you to go outside with the two guys outside from security, will escort you from the premises, and he gave me an envelope with a letter on it, and it was a summary dismissal, and I was completely and totally befuddled, had no idea why that was happening, no idea, and I said, what do you mean? What? I was speechless, completely speechless. Sometimes, like when if you have a bereavement, and somebody says, oh, so and so's died, or George has died, and you think, no, it can't be. I saw him yesterday. He was all right last week. He must have the wrong bloke. No, it can't be him. It's not right. No, you're mixing me up with somebody else. Exactly like complete denial. I had no idea what was going on. Not a clue. So I went to get in my car, and the security guy said, no, I don't know. My life is completely turned upside down, completely changed. All the plans that we had for the girls, going to school, going to university, us moving into a different house and moving up a scale, and maybe a new car and a holiday in Egypt, all that was cancelled. Everything was cancelled, put on hold, and it still is on hold because nobody would give me a job, nobody would employ me. Oh, Steve Wills, he was the guy that did the old bribery thing, wasn't it? So I'm working as a contractor now, and a consultant, and that's pretty thin on the ground, I have to tell you. I didn't see the warning signs, and I didn't see the red flags. I didn't ignore them. I didn't see them and ignore them. I didn't actually see the warning signs, and I should have done. And I bet you're sitting there thinking, oh yeah, well I would have done, but I don't think you would, because it was subtle and it wasn't anyway how you imagine it might be.